Come on, louder. You guys ready for your headliner tonight? You've seen him on Laughs on Fox. He is absolutely hilarious. Please welcome to the stage, Alan Goodwin, everybody.
One more time for everybody, for Bob, Sam, Jeff. Let's hear it for them. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's good to see you. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I served my country when I got out of high school. I was in the United States Navy for 4 years out of my life. Yeah. I learned a lot about the military when I served in the military. I learned that every branch of the military has their own acknowledgement greeting. A lot of people know the Marine Corps' acknowledgement greeting. If you know the Marine Corps' acknowledgement greeting, go ahead and yell it out if you know it. Hoorah. That is it. Who knows the armies? Anyone know the armies? What? No, that's hooah. That's it. Hooah. And that's the best out of all the branches. Best acknowledgement greeting. Hooah. Heard, understood, acknowledged. Hooah. Makes sense, right? Way better than the Navy's. Ours was, hey girl, hey! Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, I just try to share knowledge. Yeah. Speaking of sharing knowledge, here's some knowledge I just recently acquired. I'll share with you. You don't need mouthwash. It's true. All you need to do is floss and brush, okay? That being said, I found a new mouthwash that's awesome, so I'm telling people about it. It is called Fireball, okay? Yeah. And when you're gargling with that, don't spit it out, all right? Just go ahead, let that go down, because it makes your breath very cinnamon, all right? Yeah. And here's something else I just learned. Let's give it up for the ladies that are here tonight, because you ladies are amazing. Let's hear for these ladies. Absolutely. You ladies are incredible. I just learned this 2 weeks ago on Discovery Channel. Women have eggs. You can Google that. And yeah, this is what I learned is that genetic engineers can take DNA from one girl's egg, use that DNA to fertilize another girl's egg, and it will always be a girl baby as the outcome. That's amazing, okay? Ladies, you can always have a girl baby. Guys, we cannot put two sperms together and turn that into a kid, okay? Because if you could, the carpet under my computer, okay, I found the line. There's that line, all right. I can talk about art. I saw a very cool painting by a famous artist recently named Vincent van Gogh, who I believe is no longer with us. But the name of the painting was called Starry Night. Have you guys ever seen that painting? Yes? Well, if you ever held a black light up to the carpet under my computer, okay, see what I did there? See what I did? Yeah, because I like to paint pictures too, everybody. Where was I? I'm looking at the stares that I'm getting from people right now, and I'm thinking this would be a good time to talk about my facial hair decisions. So let's do that. I know I look like a cast member of Sons of Anarchy or the construction worker from the Village People, but I am neither of those things. I'm a superhero, okay? We have weird facial hair. Look at my friend Wolverine. I'm very similar to Wolverine. I'm just not from the wolf family of superhero. I'm from the badger family of superhero. Okay, I'm Badgerine. Badgerine! All right? Yeah, that's my call sign right there. Badgerine! And I knew it when I was a kid. Look at my teeth. Like a vampire, right? Really sharp. Plus, growing up, my teachers would always say, why are you so Badgerine? And then, when I was 36, I got diagnosed with ADHD, and I realized it's a superpower. I am super annoying, okay? And I'm super elusive, all right? So I'll annoy you, Badgerine, and then you'll want to kill me, but then you can't catch me. And then I just come back and I annoy you more, Badgerine, and then you just want to kill yourself after that. Then that's my power right there, Badgerine. And Badgerine has been married for 25 years. That's a long time. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I definitely deserve that. And I'll tell you what, ladies, you want to keep your man 25 years, do what my wife did. You set expectations early in the relationship. She said, don't cheat on me, don't lie to me, and I'll treat you like a king. That's it. Two things. And I'm like, okay, so I don't cheat on her and I don't lie to her. And guess what? She treats me like a king, for real. Like a king that doesn't get laid a lot. Like a king that needs internet access, I think, is what I'm trying to say. And, that's why I was upset last week, because I lost internet access, and I had to call my provider. I was like, help me, provider, because you are not providing me internet access. And I didn't even get a human being. I got an automated attendant, girl's voice, perky, right? You know, she was like, let's reset your cable modem. What I'd like you to do is unplug the power from the back of your cable modem. And when you're done, say power unplugged. I'm like, you're chipper. Who is this? Is this a girl from the Progressive commercials? Because I'm trying to see if I got it unplugged and the phone goes, are you still there? And I'm like, I'm here. And I have it unplugged now. And she goes, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Did you say your power's unplugged? Just say yes or no. So I was like, yes, right? And then she was like, okay, great. And I'm like, I want to download that app for my phone. I want the automated attendant app, okay? So when my wife calls, I can just forward her to the automated attendant app and let it answer in a perky version of my voice, and then just text message me the important details of whatever that phone call was all about, right? So I just get a text message. Karen is being mean at work right now. Pick up milk on your way home. Duration 57 minutes. Thank you, automated attendant app. But the bad part, I would still have to sound like automated attendant around the house so she wouldn't know what I'm forwarding her to automated attendant. Like on the weekends, I'd have to walk around the house like, did you want me to clean out the garage? If you'd like me to clean out the garage, say clean garage. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Goodbye. That'd be nice. I like being married. I got a friend of mine who's never been married, and he's my age, and he's never been married. But for a reason, okay? He's an idiot. And he says stupid stuff. We were talking about Jessica Alba. Here's what he said. She's a babe. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. And I'm like, okay, that's why you're single. Why do you say stuff like that? It's Jessica Alba. I wouldn't kick her out of bed if she peed on me, okay? I would be like, it's okay, you're so pretty. Some people pay extra for that. And this guy that I'm talking about, he is into the adult movies, and these movies aren't real. Like the whole spanking thing, I've been married 25 years. Trust me, that is not real, okay? But then I started thinking, I've never even tried that before. Maybe that's what we're missing. And it turned out that, nope. We weren't missing that. You don't want to wait 25 years to pull that one out of your bag of tricks. Because there will be a talkie talk. She was like, what got into you? I was like, I saw it in a movie. No, you don't, no. I could lick your butt. No? Okay. I saw that in the movie too. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. You know what? I'm just going to turn this video camera off because I'm pretty sure you're not into this either. I really do have ADHD, in case you were wondering. But guess what? The fun doesn't end there. No siree, Bobcat Tail. Both my kids have ADHD too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, guess what else? My wife, she hates all of us. Yeah. That's a true story. There are pluses and minuses, okay, with ADHD. Here's one of the pluses. A lot of guys get yelled at when their wife realizes they've zoned out of the conversation. Okay, I have ADHD. I don't get yelled at when I zone out of the conversation. All I get is, did you take your pill today? And I'm always like, nope, I forgot. But I'm going to go do that right now. And then I just never come back. Because we are really good at problem solving. Here's a good example of how good we are at problem solving. My wife wanted an in-ground pool put in our backyard. I called a construction company to get an estimate. They said $1,200 just to dig the hole. Okay, $1,200 to dig a hole. That does not include concrete. This is for a hole. And I'm like, I'm going to do the hole myself. And then I put an ad on Craigslist for free dirt, right? And then when people showed up to my house, I gave them a shovel, and I said, you can have everything inside those orange spray-painted lines on my grass right there. You can have 12 feet of dirt from this side, but only 3.5 feet of dirt from that side, and leave a stair pattern on the 3.5-foot side. There are downsides to ADD. It's not all fun and games. Last year, my wife and I went on our second honeymoon to a little exotic island. We went to New Orleans, Louisiana. Here's the thing. If you have ADD, don't go to Mardi Gras for your second honeymoon, okay? That's a bad call, okay? There are a lot of distractions at Mardi Gras, okay? There are big ones, little ones, perky ones. They are everywhere, all right? My wife said, you look like a kid in the candy store. And I said, hey, I am married, okay? I am a kid with diabetes in a candy store right now. Okay? That is how this plays out. And then she says, I don't have to worry about you because you're my soulmate. And I was like, definitely. And then she was like, why did you say definitely fast and weird like that? And I was like, 'cause when you're at the sink, I'm at the toilet, baby. And then she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, badgerine, right? And she was like, don't badgerine me right now. What does that mean? If you're at the sink and I'm at the toilet, how does that make me your soulmate? And I was like, oh, I thought you said cellmate. I'm sorry. We're at Mardi Gras, and I'm not focused on this conversation right now, so I'm going to go back to the hotel and take another one of my pills. I'll be right back. I try to be honest about my ADD. Like the other day, this guy was repeating instructions to me, and I said, hey, listen up, fella. You do not have to tell me twice, okay? You need to tell me 11 to 14 times. I wear a condom when I make love to my wife because I don't want her to get the ADD. That would be catastrophic if we both had it. I tried a new type of condom, extra sensitive. Fellas, if you haven't tried extra sensitive, awesome. When we were done making love, we cuddled for an hour and a half and watched the movie Marley and Me. And I cried at the end because it was really sad. Okay, spoiler alert. And then we listened to Adele's new CD together, and if you haven't gotten this joke by now, there's nothing more I'm going to be able to say that's going to help you to get that joke, so we're just going to move along. Okay, here we go. ADD people say stuff trying to be funny, and the people that we talk to usually don't think we are very funny. One time my wife thought it was funny. I'll tell you about that. I called her on the phone, and she answered, and she was short, rude, and abrupt, like she always is. And I was like, what's going on? She's like, I have 2 doctor's appointments. I'm like, what are your doctor's appointments? She said, ophthalmologist, gynecologist. And I was like, wow, you do not want to get those appointments mixed up. Could you imagine? That guy would be like, that is the worst case of pink eye I've ever seen. The brown eye doesn't look good either. It's 2080. No, but usually when we're trying to be funny, the people that we're talking to don't think we're very funny. Like, here's a good example. My wife and I just moved to the Springs from Northern Virginia. So we went from hot and humid to cold and dry. So here's my wife walking in the family room the other day, scratching herself, and she walks in like, why am I so itchy? And I said, well, I think it's because you're pronouncing it with a silent B. And I don't, she just got it. That is awesome. That is awesome. And I don't know why you're so itchy all the time. Turns out I should have just said dry skin, everybody. So if you thought that was funny, I have shirts after the show that say I'm itchy with the silent B right there. And they got a girl dog on the front. I don't know what you call a girl dog, but it's got a girl dog on the front. And it comes in athletic gray or vagina pink. So if you're a girl who likes to work out, or if you're just a harlot, I got your colors. There we go. She's like, I'm a harlot. I want pink. All right. Yes. Oh, and I also have bumper stickers that say I'm itchy with the silent B right there. And you know what? Because you clapped, you get one. There you go. Yay. Yeah. Well, growing up with ADD, I had one rule. And I know, you got to wait after the show for that. All right? So, you'll take it, right? You got to laugh harder than she did. She clapped over her head. You didn't. All right, move. No, too late now. Now you're sucking up. All right, where was I? Oh, I had one rule in life growing up, and that rule was if you think of something funny, you say that immediately, okay? That was my rule, and I lost a lot of friends with that rule, okay? But then I got diagnosed ADD, I got put on Adderall, and then I would still think of funny things, and I'd be like, I should say that immediately. And then the Adderall would be like, don't say that at all, okay? And I'd be like, oh, this is the filter that I've heard about so long in my life. Everyone's like, you have no filter, and they were right. I didn't have a filter, but now I do. This is amazing. And I have a friend who has ADD, and all of his friends have told him he has ADD, but he doesn't think he does. So half my act comes from his house. And I was at Tim's house a month ago. This is my friend Tim, and he has ADD. He says crazy stuff. And this was hilarious. I'm at his house a month ago. His son Alex is almost 5, cute kid. He runs up to his dad, and I watch all of this happen. He goes up to Tim, and he's like, Dad, I forget, am I awesome? Or am I fantastic? Which is cute, right? And then Tim was like, no, buddy, you are autistic. Remember? How many times have I told you that? And Alex was like, 1,023 times because it's a Mersenne prime and it's 1 away from 2 to the 10th power. And I'm like, that kid is autistic, okay, first of all. I had to Google Mersenne prime. Look, the lesson of that story is ADD people say stuff that makes them lose friends. I've lost friends. My wife gave me good advice to keep friends. She said if a friend tells you bad news in their life, you say, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay? And nothing else. She also said, buy them a card or a gift. Actions speak louder than words. Good advice. A week later, my friend told me he had been diagnosed with Lyme disease. So I said, I'm sorry to hear that. And nothing else. And I got him a get well card, and I put a coupon in for Limeade because... okay, you know why. All right. My other friend... he went to Florida and got his hand bit off by an alligator because they jump out of trees now. And it's real. You Google it. Badgerine. And it jumped out of a tree and it bit his hand off. And he hated the Gatorade that I got him. Yeah, no, I know. Because you really need 2 hands to open Gatorade, so... no, you can just one arm stump it and then just, all right, whatever. I don't even just have ADD. I also have dyslexia because God was like, give him something else. And dyslexia, that is more than number and letter confusion. You overthink words. Here's a good example. My doctor said eat and drink antioxidants. They're good for us, okay? Antioxidants. Anti is a prefix, everybody. It means the opposite of whatever word comes after it, right? So if antioxidants are good for us, that means normal plain oxidants are therefore bad for us. And that is correct and true, because my mom said that I was an oxidant, and that's how I know that. Oh, okay, Greenwood Village. All right. I see how you are now. Okay. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys all my ailments, to be quite honest. I don't like it when people know I'm sick. I try to hide it, and I'm good at hiding it. I figured out ways of hiding diseases I haven't even been diagnosed with yet. But God forbid if I am ever later in life diagnosed with, I don't know, let's say Parkinson's disease. I'm just going to carry a Splenda packet with me everywhere I go, and then no one will know that I have Parkinson's disease. They'll just be like, why does he still have that Splenda packet? He's had that for 2 years. He should rip the top and check it, because I'll bet you all the Splenda's at the bottom by now, right? I'm just trying to see how many people are on this bus ride to hell with me, and it seems like I have a lot of passengers on board, so I will try to drive safely. All right. Speaking of driving safely, drive safely, everybody, especially on the holidays. That's when animals jump in front of your car, is on the holidays. Right? Christmas Day last year, I hit a deer on Christmas Day, and I messed that deer up. I did. After I hit the deer, none of its lights would light up anymore. And like its head that used to go up and down real slow like this, it wouldn't even do that anymore. And thank God there was an airbag with the snowman inside, because I went through that deer like it was made out of wireframe, okay? And then on Halloween, just a couple months ago, right? Halloween, I hit a gopher or a groundhog or a beaver, but it wasn't a badger. Badgering? It was like a gigantic squirrel. You know what? It was a horrible costume. Okay, I have no idea what that kid was. I just took the candy and I got the hell out of there is what I did. I think the lesson of that story is don't trick or treat as a squirrel, okay? Because that was my takeaway. All right, besides the candy. Here we go. I don't even know where I'm going from that joke. Santa Claus joke? I don't have a Santa Claus. You got one. I'll tell you this. I'm grateful to be alive tonight. I'll tell you that, because my sister almost killed me because she doesn't know how to drive in the snow. And by the way, it's snowing outside, and I'm sure you guys are good at driving in the snow. My sister's horrible. She got her license in Virginia, and I got my license in Wisconsin, and I know how to drive in the snow, and she's horrible. And like I told her all day, this is how it happened. I told her to pump her brakes and downshift, all right? Pump her brakes and downshift. And it was snowing, and I told her to let me drive, first of all. I said, let me drive, I'm good at this. And she's like, no, it's my car, and I want to be the one to kill us. So I'm in the passenger seat, coaching her. I'm like, pump your brakes, downshift. And she forgot, she locked them up, and we're fishtailing to our death. And I'm in the passenger seat pumping my imaginary brake. You know, like if this was real, we'd be stopped right now. And she had the real one locked up, and she wanted to scream, but she couldn't scream because of the brother-sister rivalry. So she didn't scream. It was more like Star Trek. She was like, and I wanted to make fun of her for that. But I was in the passenger seat like, because it was scary. We almost died. All right. I'll tell you this about ADD people can focus on stuff if they don't take their pill, but only on stuff that they are interested in already, okay? If you try to make them focus on something they're not interested in and they haven't taken their pill, Good luck with that, okay? But if you make me focus on rock and roll, I don't need a pill. I'm into rock and roll. I know all the one-hit wonder bands, plus I know trends. Here's a trend I'll bet you didn't know about rock and roll, because I figured this out. The best bands in the history of rock and roll tended to begin with the word "the" in their name, okay? Like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Who, the Doors, the Police, the White Stripes, the Black Keys, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Cars, the Kinks, the Vines, the Hives, the Clash, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Allman Brothers. There's just tons. But the worst bands, here's another trend, tended to begin with the word Nickelback. And a lot of people don't. Tangerine! All right. Yeah. If you listen to Nickelback on noise-canceling headphones, you don't hear anything, okay? So, where was I? I'll tell you what. I'm jealous of my kids. I have 2 kids. They both have ADD, and it's tough raising kids with ADD. My daughter's always been very beautiful, and I've always been overprotective. When she was 12 years old, I had her tubes tied. And I'm kidding. They wouldn't do it. So but she's always like, we're always having verbal jabs. And the other day she said, "Dad, those shoes you're wearing are so gay." And I was like, well, they should be. They just came out of the closet. So, that's just stupid, but I'm glad you like that. That's a true story. My son, he attends CU Boulder, so I'm paying Boulder money, and he's going to be an astrophysicist. But here's the deal. I'm jealous of both of my kids because they were diagnosed with ADD early in life, and they're on meds, and their lives are great. My daughter was diagnosed at age 12. My son was diagnosed at age 9. I was diagnosed when my daughter was 12, okay? I didn't know why my life sucked for a long time. In high school, I did not know I had ADD in high school. I already told you what I knew, right? I already told you this. Do you remember what I told you? I had one disease that I knew about in high school. Do you remember? Anyone? Dyslexia, yeah. All I knew in high school is that I had dyslexia. And I was a stoner. That's all I knew. Just dyslexic and stoner. And that's a bad mix in high school. Okay, dyslexic stoner? Because I would stand by that free drug school zone sign for hours. Just waiting, and nothing ever happened. So here we go. If you missed it, that should help. If you didn't get it from that, you're not gonna get it. All right. Yeah. I was a big stoner in high school. I thought that's why they called it high school. And jocks were mean to me. They would tease me for being a stoner. They would say stuff like, "Stoners have bad memory loss." And I would be like, "That's not so bad. Because how about when you go to load the bong and then you realize that it's already loaded?" Okay? That is like a bonus when that goes down. But the worst part about high school were the jocks, because they would always tease me for being a stoner. They would say stuff like, "Stoners have bad memory loss." And I would be like, "That's not so bad. Because how about when you go to load the bomb and then you realize that it's already loaded?" That is like a bonus when that goes down. I had to do that joke 4 times in Birmingham, Alabama. People are like NASA engineers here in Greenwood Village. Thanks for coming. You can't smoke weed all the time. It'll warp your perception. One time I was really wasted and I was watching a show on TV about harassment in the workplace, and I saw a girl on the show who had been harassed all up in her workplace, and I was looking at her and I was thinking, like, who would have harassed her, you know? I mean, not to be mean, no. I'm just like, but her face was all scrambled and cubed, and her voice was like,
I was sitting at my desk when a man came up from behind. I've got 2 turntables and a microphone. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. I am Iron Man.
And I was looking at her and I was thinking, of course that guy got her from behind, right? I mean, because her face was horrible, but her hair was autistic, okay? You should have seen her hair. It was really good. All right. Where was I? I've been traveling a lot. I just got back from Michigan. Anybody been to Michigan? Anyone? A couple people? Yeah. The people in Michigan use their hand to show where they live in their state because their state looks like a hand. I think that's cool. I think if they can do that, then guys who live in Florida should be able to do the same thing, right? Hold on a second, because I'm from Miami, so just the tip. But I'm thinking about moving to the Keys, so I don't even know what that meant. That's more like Tampa right there. I don't know. It's a geography joke. Lighten up. It's okay. Speaking of geography, I used to live in New York City. Dangerous. If you ever live in one of the 5 boroughs in New York City, here's a good survival tip that I learned when I lived there, and it's easy to remember. All you do, ready, is avoid, okay, other people, okay? And in Times Square, you're trying to avoid flyer pamphlet people. They are just trying to put a flyer or a pamphlet in your hand, okay? Here's the technique to get away from these people. It's called the full up technique. You carry something in both hands. Ta-da! Now you're full up, okay? Now you can't accept their flyers or pamphlets because you're full up. I would always carry a cell phone and a handgun, and I would be like, I am full up, okay? Give it to him or one of these 2 people over there because I can't take it. Oh, now I'm getting a phone call. Hello? I'm on a phone call right now. I already told you. And that's the city. That's the city the terrorists are trying to blow up is New York City. And they keep trying, but we're getting them. We got the guy who looks like Ron Jeremy. We got that guy, right? Sheikh Khalid Mohammed, right? No one knows. All right. Do you guys ever go to FBI.gov and look at the top 10 terrorists? No? No. I have to. I'm a superhero. So, that's right. I was looking at the top 10 terrorists the other day. And for real, if you go look this up, you can find out for yourself. 8 out of 10 are named Mohammed. 8 out of 10, right this second. 8 out of 10. One guy was named Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan. Okay, 2 Mohammeds in his name. All right, badass. Okay, what kind of name is that? Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan. Look, some of my best friends are Muslim. Unless you work for Homeland Security, then none of my BFFs are Muslim. All right. And I'm not trying to disparage the name Muhammad. I get it. That's the prophet of Islam. I'm not trying to say Muhammad's a bad name. I'm just trying to say Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan's parents really should have had a better choice in syllabic pentameter, okay? Because they made their son the John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt of the Muslim community, right? It's like, Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan, his name is my name too. Whenever he comes out, the people always shout, "What's up, Mohammed Sher Mohammed Khan?" Right? Yeah, absolutely. All I'm trying to say is I like to sing, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. I wanted to audition for American Idol, but you have to be between 16 and 28 years old to audition for American Idol. And I'm only that age when I'm in a lesbian chat room on the internet, so I was unable to audition, but that's okay. I don't even like that show. It's a stupid show. That show's not a real reality TV show. To me, a real reality TV show is Antiques Roadshow. I don't know. Yeah, those are real people that want to find out how much their stuff's worth, okay? And there's expert appraisers that will tell you, and there's only two kinds of people on the show. One person thinks they have a very valuable object, and then they find out, no, that's not very valuable. All right, and then the other person is somebody who doesn't know if their object's valuable, and then they find out, yeah, that is priceless, right? Like, the first time I saw it, I saw a guy who thought he had something valuable. He was sure of it. He was like, this is a vase from the Ming Dynasty. And the expert appraiser's like, these markings are consistent with that time frame, but if you'll notice here on the bottom where it's etched made in Taiwan right there, see that? That's bad, okay? Taiwan's not part of China. This is written in English. And then I saw this other guy on the show. He was like, I found this stick in my basement. It's like a carved stick with writing on the side. What you think that's worth right there, that stick? And the expert appraiser's like, sir, this is the staff that was used by Moses to part the Red Sea. You might want to put that in some bubble wrap, actually. It's been in my basement 15 years. My basement flooded 2 years ago. I wish I would have known what this was 2 years ago. I sure could have used it. How do you work it? Power of Christ compels thee. Power of Christ. Hello. I don't even feel the wind kicking up. Hello. Power of Christ. All right. Power of Christ. I'm not trying to be mean towards Christ. I'm a Christian. Okay. I believe in the rapture. I'm serious. I got a moonroof in my car, so... Yeah, I'm going to be ready when that goes. I'm going to like, take me, Jesus. Oh, let me suck it in this time, Jesus. I need a bigger sunroof, Jesus. All right. You guys are fun. Having a good time. I do love classic rock. I think 60s had better lyrics, 70s had better guitar. You could tell lyrics are getting worse in the late 60s because Cream had the White Room song. Remember, like, in the white room with black curtains in the station. They wrote that song because they needed one more song on the album that they were working on. And they were in a white room with black curtains in a railroad station, okay? They made millions with that song, okay? I could have done that. I could have been like, in the bathroom with the shower curtain that had little fishes, right? That's a great song, right? In the late 70s, the lyrics were worse. Remember, been through the desert on a horse with no name. Who cares, okay? Go through the desert in a Volkswagen with no air conditioning, okay? I can relate to that, all right? But late 70s, you couldn't understand the lyrics. Some bands messed up all their lyrics. Some bands just messed up the middle. The band who messed up all the lyrics, Doobie Brothers. I didn't get anything, right? She's like, go, what's it I won't survive? There is a desert. Had a best in his life. She had a best that beat us. I'm making it up. I know that's not what it sounded like, but it was like that. And but then the band that messed up the middle of their lyrics, Steely Dan with the Peg song, right? Great song. Right? But what was the middle, right? Peg, it will come back to you. Peg, it's your favorite foreign movie. What the hell was all that in the middle? Did you guys have the Doobie Brothers in the middle just then? Because I didn't get any of that. And then it all came back in the 90s. The band that messed up the middle of their lyrics in the 90s, Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I'm not dissing them. They brought a lot of subjects up that no one would talk about in the 60s. Like, closest they got to this subject in the 60s was Let Me Tell You About the Birds and the Bees and the Flowers and the Trees. Like, what are you talking about, right? And then in the 70s, they got closer. They had songs like, gonna get my baby, gonna grab her tight, gonna make a little afternoon delight, psh, right? And I saw that in a movie. I don't even know what that meant. But then in the 90s, the Peppers were like, what I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. And I'm like, okay, he's not mincing words. He's got something, and he's gonna put it in you. I'd watch out for that if I were you. Like, but in the late 70s or 90s, then the band who messed up all their lyrics in the 90s, Pearl Jam, The Yellow Ledbetter, right? Eddie Vedder doesn't know the words to that song. There are no words to that song. Don't email me the lyrics because it's not real, all right? That is their biggest hit. Eddie Vedder drinks red wine throughout the whole show. So when they close the show, they close on that song. Why? Because he is wasted, all right? And he doesn't know lyrics to any song at that point. So that's why they close on that. Because you don't need, he's just like, I'm feeling my voice on that on say, on say, on say, I'm feeling on the way, I know when I say and I go back, I say and I go back, yeah. I'm busy, I don't say, and I go and I say, and I go and I say, and I'm back on to say, oh yeah, and I feel it on the floor. Yeah, I crank that song every time, all right? Because I know all the words, first of all. And there are some bands that you could understand every word that they were saying, you just wish they would shut up, right? Like, I get knocked down, I get up again, you ain't never gonna keep me down, I get knocked down, I get up again, stay down, okay? Because you're getting your ass kicked is what's happening. That song sucks, that song and a couple drops of water on my forehead. I'm going to admit to things that I didn't do, okay? Because that's an annoying song, is what that is. You guys have been a blast. I've had such a good time. I should probably wrap this up. I'll tell you a little bit. I'm blessed to have been doing stand-up comedy for 26 years. I've gotten to, yeah. Thank you, yeah. It's been a treat for me too. I've gotten to work with some of the biggest names in the industry, household names. If I dropped these names, you would know these names, but I'm not going to do that. You know why? Dick move. That's why. And I'll tell you this though. One guy, I'll mention one name because he's no longer with us. He passed away in 2005. If you know him, you're lucky. If you don't, look him up on YouTube because you won't regret it. He's super funny. His name was Mitch Hedberg, and he was Yeah, he was great. I got to work with him twice, 2001, 2003. And matter of fact, his ghost has told me 2 jokes. These are Mitch's jokes. He didn't write them when he was alive, but his ghost told me these jokes. And he wants these out there. I'm sure of it. Because, all right, here's the first one. Ready? Acronym is a hard word to spell. So I just call it A for short. Right? Yeah. The second one's better. All right? Ready? Hold on. I don't want to mess this up. I'll bet none of the clothes have price tags at Guess. See, that was better, right? That was better than the first one. But here's the deal with Mitch. In 2001, when I worked with him, he was not wearing glasses on stage. He looked like I do right now. But in 2003, he was wearing these dark glasses that you couldn't see his eyes if you were in the audience. But I was backstage, and I could see behind his glasses. Guess what? His eyes were closed for 45 minutes. During his whole set, his eyes were closed. And I asked him after the show, I'm like, Mitch, why do you keep your eyes closed during your whole show? He's like, I don't want to see that one guy who's sitting right up front with his arms crossed, and he's not. No, you're fine. You were laughing. You're good. You're good. You're good. You were laughing the whole time, dude. Matter of fact, I should have given you the bumper sticker, but no, you were laughing. You had your hands over your head. You win. All right. But he goes, I don't want to see that one guy with his arms crossed not laughing at anything. So I just close my eyes and I play to where I hear that the laughs are coming from, which blew my mind. I did not expect that as an answer at all. So then I started thinking that's a great answer. Maybe I need to get a pair of glasses myself. And then I thought, well, I got Adderall. So if there's one jerk, I can ignore one jerk, right? But there were 0 jerks. Everyone is awesome. You were awesome too. What's your name? Gloria, what are you drinking right there? Manhattan. Can I get another Manhattan for Gloria? No? Yeah, I'll get a, what's your name? Liz. I'd like to get Liz a Manhattan because Gloria, her sister, is way too shit-faced. It's for that. Yes. No, those are way more expensive than a Manhattan. All right. And don't clap at that for buying her a drink. I learned this trick from Bill Cosby, everybody. So, you guys have been autastic. Tangerine!
One more time for Alan Goodwin, everyone. Let him hear it.